But the one thing that you've got to stop doing is that when you get on a program that has millions of people, you can't create one more mass delusion. I've got a Fauci mass delusion. I've got a string theory mass delusion. I've got a Biden is fine mass delusion. I've got a Trump is not a problem mass delusion. All I have, morning, noon, and night, is mass delusion on mass delusion. But people don't understand that the reason that these mass delusions get started is that there's a nub of truth in them. QAnon can't be because it's got some core in it that's right and some craziness. If you think about Dianetics and Scientology, the first thing that they teach you about is the reactive mind. That's not a terrible theory. And then before you know it, it's Xenu and volcanoes, right? So what's going on is that people are not aware of how kayfabe works, right? Wrestling is one of the most dangerous, demanding sports of a certain kind. Now, it happens to be theatrical and pre-programmed. But if you've ever dealt with anybody, like the wrestling community suffers a death rate unlike any other sport in the world. What you have to understand is that kayfabe, and I highly recommend you look at my essay from 2011, is about what happens when fantasy and reality intermingle. And that's what you did on the last time that you were here. And I can talk to you about the fantasy, I can talk to you about the fraud and the lies, but I'm also going to talk to you about the contributions, the genius, and the insight. And what I want the world to learn is you're getting sucked into mass delusions that you're not properly imagining. There's almost always a core of truth and reality that the mainstream won't acknowledge. And then there's almost always a load that gets leavened in because in some sense the mainstream is our official cult. And then all of the rest of us produce these other cults. And in my situation, I've gone 40 years and I haven't had a really deep conversation about GU, geometric unity, with my own community. Where you are is that you're in a world in which the number of people who are both competent and honest and ethical enough to have the conversation with you is dwindling to fewer than 10. It's been a pleasure and an honor to appear with you. Thanks for being a decent guy. I know that not all of this has been welcome.
This has all been welcomed. Any truth. And like I said, I take you up on examining and exploring these into the areas, because like I said, these are tools.